focus of the campaign is to emphasize the advantages that Michigan has on entrepreneurship, access to capital, as well as diversification. And the campaign uses success stories like our own 4C results.
It's a great location, and the hospitality here is amazing. The Michigan Economic Development Corporation has contributed to our success, and our volume is nearly double what it was a year ago. We love it here in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
This is where you need to be. Visit MichiganAdvantage.org today and find out how we can give your business the upper hand.
Our second advertising campaign, or marketing campaign, is the Pure Michigan Tourism Campaign. This is managed by Travel Michigan, which is the state's tourism office. And the goal of the campaign is to portray Michigan as a pure destination, a travel destination. It differentiates Michigan from its area markets, and it really presents Michigan as a place for pure travel. The campaign includes a big picture campaign that can be spread across different markets, different seasons, as well as different segments. And the campaign really encompasses all that Michigan has to offer potential travelers, including its geography, its culture, and its recreational offerings. The campaign also really emphasizes the emotional impact of Michigan as a pure spot, perfect spot.
We all have one, that perfect spot, a special place to go to smooth out the ripples of the day. It might be on a dock or on a boat, upstream or in the middle of nowhere. Wherever it may be, casting the line in the clear fresh waters of Michigan lets us immediately weigh us down, back on shore. Our perfect spot's calm. Our perfect spot is Pure Michigan. Your trip begins at Michigan.org.
The call to action for all of our marketing efforts is the tagline, "Your trip begins at Michigan.org." So our website is a very important piece of our marketing campaign. And the website really serves as a portal site for the Michigan tourism industry. We have a database of over 13,000 tourism properties, as well as thousands of events and festivals, and thousands of travel deals. We don't do any bookings on our site. What we do is, our goal is to click the visitor over to the private tourism sites, and that's really the main conversion point for the site, and we call those and measure those as clicks. We use several tools to measure the success of Michigan.org. We use Google Analytics and Web Trends for our click stream, our referral, and our visitation data. We use Hitwise for our market share and for demographic data. And we use 4C results for our customer satisfaction data. And really my job is to kind of be the web analytics geek and kind of go through all of those reports and find some nuggets and then summarize those into a monthly web dashboard report. The dashboard is really split up into 4 sub-dashboards, the first being the visits dashboard, which includes visitation as well as market share. We have a conversions dashboard, which has several reports about those clicks I mentioned earlier and other site conversion points like e-newsletter signups. We have a marketing dashboard, which looks at visitation from some of our target markets, as well as some of the different sources of traffic, such as organic or paid. And finally, we have our web survey dashboard, which looks at our customer satisfaction score, and maybe this looks at some navigation elements of our website. And really, all this is doing is it just emphasizes how much time and effort we put into measuring the effects and the success of our website. So some highlights from 2009. Last year, Michigan.org was the most visited state tourism website in the country. We had 12.7 million visits, which was an 8% increase over 2008. We had over 6 million clicks in 2009, which was up 4%. About 60% of our visits are from Michigan. Over 3/4 of our traffic comes from search, most of that from Google. And our annual customer satisfaction score for the website was 77. Well, a few years ago, our vice president went to a national tourism conference, and he came back all excited about Web 2.0. You know, we got to do Web 2.0. It's user-generated content. And I think that's kind of morphed into what we call today social media. So for the past 2 or 3 years, we've kind of dabbled in some of the social media space. In July of last year, we launched our Pure Michigan blog. It includes 3 to 4 posts a week, and about 1/3 of those come from our audience, our guest bloggers, who come and they share their own travel experiences. In July of this year, we had over 18,000 visits to the site, and it sends about 25% of its visitors to the parent site, michigan.org. We have our Flickr photo stream that was launched in 2008. Over 11,000 images have been uploaded to this site. We use Flickr to, we have seasonal photo contests there, and we also use the images that are uploaded there as seed images for our website and for our Pure Michigan photo books. We do have a YouTube channel, though it's not really a social media space in the pure sense. We don't invite our audience to come there and upload their own vacation videos. We really use it more as a warehouse for our own commercials and videos. We have a Twitter account. This was launched in June of last year. We currently have over 7,000 followers there. We use it to promote travel events, the blog posts, as well as travel news. And it really allows us to engage with our audience in a two-way conversation. And finally, probably our most successful space is really Facebook. This was launched in January of last year. We have over 140,000 fans, or likes as they call them now. And we also use Facebook to promote travel events. We have Michigan Trivia, and we also use this space to really kind of promote exclusive content for our Facebook fans. Before we launched our summer campaign this year, we produced some new ads, and our Facebook fans just really love our ads, and so we had a whole premiere week before they went public, and we promoted a different ad every day, and it just got huge responses. But again, we use it to cross-promote all web social media channels, and it allows our audience to have a conversation with us. And, you know, we did all of this, all the social media stuff, and we kind of sat back and we all looked at each other and we really said, so what? There are a lot of people who are doing social media, but we're spending a great deal of time, effort, and really money, but to what end? We really were kind of lost as to, is this what the audience wanted? Were we really engaging people to actually come and visit the state of Michigan? And so we put together a list of questions that we had. For instance, what is the satisfaction from Pure Michigan social media users? We know what it is on the website, it's 77. You know, that's okay, but there's room for improvement there. But we were really clueless about how satisfied our visitors were on our social media spaces. What are the intentions of the social media consumers? Are they there to seek information? Are they there to provide information? Or are they there really to just be part of the conversation? How do they differ from our web visitors, if at all? You know, are they the same group? Is it the same people just going back and forth? Is it really a subset of our web visitors? Or is this really a completely different audience that really only engages with us through social media? What is the quality of engagement with Pure Michigan, our social media tools? You know, how often are they really checking our posts? Are we posting the right content? Are we posting too much? Are we posting too little? We really didn't know. And finally, what is some of the demographic information? Sure, we can get some of the reports that come out of the box with Facebook and such, but you know, where are they from? What kind of income level do they have? What is their age? Do they match the target audience that we're going after with our ads? But when we tried to answer these questions, we really found out that there are really a lot of challenges. A lot of the monitoring tools that are out there are really based more on quantity, not quality of mentions. So we knew how many, like we said, how many fans we have. We knew how many people were following us. We knew how many people were responding to our posts. We knew how many people were retweeting things. But really the quality of it, we didn't have any idea. And I think Jim got to this earlier this morning. Even monitoring the posts is very subjective because you really don't know what their intent is. And when someone says, that's sick, I don't know if they mean that's good or is that bad. And also, a lot of the tools in social media really haven't matured enough, like on the web. So it's really hard to link social media activity because a lot of what social media activity is, it's as much about influence as it is about taking an action. Taking an action like signing up for a newsletter or like counting the clicks over to another tourism property, we can measure those. But to measure the influence that social media was having, you know, our goal was to keep Michigan top of mind as a travel destination, and it was really very difficult to measure that. So what we did is we have been working with Foresee Results on our web satisfaction. So we gave them a call and said, you know, we love what you're doing with us on the website. You know, we know what our customer satisfaction score is. We've done some usability audits. We know where we are. We know where we need to go for the web. But to be honest, social media, we were lost. We're in the dark. We had no idea. So we met with them, and they came back and they said, you know what? Before you can really measure the success of your social media, you really need to understand who your audience is. So what we did is we implemented a social media visitor profile on our website, michigan.org. And what that does is it breaks out your web visitors into 4 different personas. And what we found is that most of our web visitors fell into one of 3. The largest group at 36% were the connected visitors. These are people that seek and share information via social media. The second largest group were the followers at 31%. Though these people aren't willing really to share information in social media, they were willing to seek information from us through social media. The third group at 29% is the passive group. These people really had a low likelihood of either sharing or really participating with us at all in social media. And finally, the smallest group at 4% were the opinionated. They didn't really care about what other people have to say. They're more interested in sharing their own experiences. And so then what we did is we cross-reference these profiles with our web customer satisfaction.